An Earth hypothesis.
About this video article. This article is being turned into a video article in 2023 and will be included in the 2015 flashback video article playlist for posterity. While the article could be completely rewritten to better communicate some of the points within, it is being created and included the way it was written, with some minor edits, primarily to preserve it, and to convey the thought process I was going through at the time it was written, and obviously, I had not come to the conclusions and realizations that I have now come to.
This article was written before I made these videos. The solar influence on climate change and sea levels. And, a galaxy is born. Must-watch videos. An Earth hypothesis. October 30th, 2015. Earth means herein, dirt atop a giant iron core. To imagine the formation and makeup of the planet Earth, one needs to take a step back from the layers of learning when one considers such a hypothesis, remove anything you have preconceived about planet Earth and its formation and just listen for 1 second. Planet Earth is a large ball of iron. I know, you want to interject at this point, but just let me finish. The formation of the Sun and the solar system did not coincide at the same time. First came the Sun, and then the Sun gave birth to the planets. The Sun itself is a giant ball of iron. As it aged, it accumulated materials atop its surface, loose particles it absorbed in its travels around the galaxy that joined the liquid froth of its energetic surface. After a while, this material, too light to absorb or penetrate into itself and transfuse into the main iron core, started to cool, comprised mainly of heavy elements, even liquid iron. This outer layer cooled to a point that it started to solidify. At a certain point, this cool outer shell of the Sun cooled and solidified too much, and the Sun blasted off this outer layer. Comprised of primarily heavy elements and iron, this nova expanded outward and formed the solar system. Planet Earth, being large enough to compress high-density matter into its core, easily large enough to form a large solid iron core. In fact, you could even say that the Earth was a large solid iron core. Atop this core, the decay chain of matter started to grow on the surface. Just as the Sun is a large iron ball with a thin atmosphere of elemental decay, the Earth is the same, though the atmosphere has slowly grown and evolved into the mantle and material we find atop planet Earth today. And because planet Earth does not have the energy to blast off this layer like the Sun did, this layer is slowly growing as new matter and energy is absorbed by the Earth, adding to the top layer along with the decay chain of the iron at the core itself, decaying and adding to the Earth. This is why the fault lines line up perfectly with the continents, and this is why new materials are constantly filling the deep tectonic fissures in the crust. The Earth is growing from the inside out, the precious iron core is slowly decaying. And, as I have already covered, heat is the enemy of the decay chain, so as planet Earth is warming, valuable iron in the core is being lost. Planet Earth can recompress some matter into iron, but this takes a long time. As the Earth warms and the iron core starts to decay and melt, it loses its magnetic field and in doing so is actually getting lighter. This is or could turn into runaway cycle and could completely destabilize the planet. And also, factoring in the rotation of the galaxy and its approximation with the Sun and peak upswing, the Earth is in for one hell of a show. Edit, watch my video, The Solar Influence on Climate Change and Sea Levels for more info on peak upswing. Peak upswing is when the Sun is at the 3 o'clock position rotating counterclockwise. Get ready people, we need to realize that this planet, though stable and home, is not capable of avoiding another extinction level event as the past 5 ice ages and the last 5 extinction events can tell us. We need to get ready. Prepare and prevail, we must, our very future depends on it. Orion Michael Guy. Long pause.
Edit 2023. I am tempted to insert several paragraphs at this point, talking about so many things, revising and editing, extrapolating on, and adding more data and information, and even flat out correcting myself and telling myself that I was wrong about several points in this article. But then I remind myself that this is a flashback video article, and I am not trying to make every one of my past articles perfect. I am simply taking some of my more pivotal AMO articles and documenting them chronologically to highlight and express not only the thought process I was going through at the time, but also the evolution of my thinking and rational. So just take this article for what it is, not as doctrine, but just as an evolutionary stepping stone of sorts. Thanks. P.S. Thumbs up if you enjoy these vids. Thanks. Big heart emoji. Orion. P.P.S. I hate emojis. I never use emojis. They should be scrubbed from existence. The use of colon /space /dash /right parentheses is completely acceptable.